Thank you.
Good evening, Eric.
So, good evening, everyone. This open meeting of the Nantucket Planning and Economic Development Commission is being conducted remotely pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. For this meeting of the Nantucket Planning and Economic Development Commission, it's convened by video conference via the Zoom app as posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. I'm going to ask you right now, members of the audience, that we would love full names at this point. And definitely if you have a telephone number posted, that needs to be changed as well too, please. So we're aware of who's on this meeting today. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and that all attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you and to take care not to screen share your computer. Anything you broadcast may be captured by the recording. Please also make sure you mute as well too. Thank you, everyone. All supporting materials that have been provided members of this body are available on the town's website, unless otherwise noted. Public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless I, as the acting chair, notes otherwise. We're going to turn over to the first item on the agenda. Before we do so, please permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes.
Mr. Vice Chair, I'm sorry, John Giorgio.
Yes.
Would you please take the roll call?
I was just going to come up to that. Don't worry, I've got my list of names right in front of me.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So thank you. And there we go. I'm sorry, it's been a little while since I've done this, so I do apologize about certain things. But thank you, I appreciate that. So as a preliminary matter, before we go any further, let me begin to identify the members of the board and the staff who are going to be here with us. Please permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. And we're going to do this in no particular order. So, Bert Johnson?
Here.
Seth Engelboard?
Here.
Thank you. Nat Lowell?
Here.
Joe Topham?
Here.
Mary Longacre?
Here.
Wendy Hudson?
Here.
Don Hill Hogate?
Here.
Dave Iverson?
Here.
John Trudell?
Here.
Christina Jolamy?
Here.
I believe that's everyone. If I've missed you, please identify now. Thank you. So for staff at this point, let me take that as well. Leslie Woodson Snell?
Here.
Megan Trudell? I know she was here earlier. There she is. You just need to unmute, Megan. We've lost your audio. Okay. We do visually see you at this point, and I know you'll need to resolve your audio, but you are visually there at the moment. And Nikki Sharif?
Here.
I believe that's everyone for staff. From Town Council, we have, I believe it's Janelle Austin, who's here.
Good evening.
Thank you. And John Giorgio.
I'm here.
Okay. I believe that covers the roll call at the moment. All right. Sorry, just going back through some notes here. So anyways, we're going to turn to the first item on the agenda in just a few moments. Before we do so, please permit me to cover some basic ground rules for effective and clear conduct for our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. I, as the acting chair, will introduce each speaker on the agenda. If they conclude their remarks, The chair will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide any comment, questions, or motions. Please hold until your name is called. Further, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you are not speaking. Please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. For any response, please wait until the chair yields the floor to you and state your name before speaking. If members wish to engage in a conversation with other members, please do so through the chair, taking care to identify yourself. There will be no public comment tonight because this will be strictly an informational session, and we're going to cover that in just a few minutes. After each vote is taken in this meeting, if need be, there will be a roll call vote. And we're going to discuss several matters here tonight. I am here to tell you right now is that this will be a strictly informational meeting at the moment. And we're going to cover how we're actually going to get there. So let me go through a few items that are before us at the moment. As you've noticed, I am acting chair at the moment. There is a resignation from Mary Longacre as chair. This did not make the agenda because it was not anticipated by this chair within the 48-hour notice in advance. I will tell you up front right now, I was only appraised of this situation by about 8 p.m. last night. So this is why this is not on the agenda in any way, shape, or form. And we do apologize, but that's the way it is. Now, I will tell you that this very subject matter will come back on our agenda on the March 25th meeting. And I know the town council is out there to make sure that that is properly addressed without any violations of open meeting law. Okay. So I got to admit, we've received a lot of correspondences from letters from the AG's office. Town council is here tonight, and what they're going to do is just give the commission an overview of what's going on, address the letter from the Attorney General, and this is strictly informational for the members of the commission tonight, because you haven't had a real opportunity to begin to deal with this. So we're going to address this same situation again on the 25th. But right now, while we have the opportunity, it's important for you all to kind of hear what town council has got to say so that you can adequately take that in and begin to digest that information by next week. So without further ado, Janelle Austin, thank you very much for being here. And I know John Giorgio is here too, so I'm going to let you all kick it off, please.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you to the members of the commission for having me here. As Barry had mentioned, we're here tonight to address a very recent open meeting law determination that was issued. As the commission will recall, last year there was an open meeting law complaint relative to executive sessions that were held in 2023. As a result of that complaint, the commission responded in accordance with the open meeting law, and from there, the complainant sought further review of that response with the Division of Open Government. As is routinely the practice, when the Division of Open Government receives a complaint, they review the materials, and they're obligated under the open meeting law to issue a determination. I've worked on open meeting law issues for a long time now for our cities and towns across the Commonwealth, and the determination that we're seeing issue here is consistent with other determinations that I've reviewed in my career. Essentially, in my opinion, the open meeting law determination that the division issued essentially requires some remedial action from the commission. There was an acknowledgement that there were executive sessions. It orders the release of 2 different executive session meeting minutes, both from February 23rd and March 20th, 2023. It's my understanding that the commission has already released those meeting minutes on July 17th, 2023. It's also my understanding that those will be, if not already are, publicly available online for members of the public. In addition, as the commission probably saw in the determination, and again, consistent with what I've seen in other communities with open meeting law complaints, it requires some remedial action with respect to the process relative to the hiring of a director of planning. Essentially requires a review of that in open session within 45 days of the issuance of the Division of Open Government's determination, as well as approval of a contract within 45 days, reporting essentially back up to the Attorney General's office and the complainant regarding those two additional remedial steps, as well as an acknowledgement that those two executive session minutes that we talked about will also, that they've been released. I'm happy to answer any specific questions that any commissioners have this evening, but in my view, that process is kind of what's at play here with respect to the determination that has been issued by the Attorney General's office. So it would be review of the hiring process, approval of the position of hiring, and as well as a discussion of the contract, all in open session.
Okay. Janelle, thank you very much. I want the commissioners just to take in what you said tonight and digest that information. And then I'm planning with us having a much more robust discussion on our March 25th meeting. This is all new and breaking news to most of us at this point, and I don't think that they've had adequate time under which to even begin to digest the process here. And I think that's important. So is there anything else, Ms. Janelle, there?
Yes,
no.
not from my perspective.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's take it a step further here. What I found troublesome was that there was no packet of information that normally accompanies the traditional NP and EDC agenda posting that goes out. And to a certain extent, I'm not surprised by that, because this is all pretty much started to come to a head wall over the course of the past few days worth of time. Literally within about 72 to 96 hours max. And most of the commissioners have not even been privileged, myself inclusive of that, to see a lot of the letters and comments that came in. So that we're all on the same page here, and for the sake of transparency, I've asked that certain things be included in the packet for our next meeting on March 25th. And that packet is available, as always, to the general public as well, too. What's going to consist in that packet is the meeting minutes that were transacted during that time frame, including meeting minutes that will show that those minutes were approved and posted. There'll be the open meeting law letter that's in there. The Snell's contract will be in there as well, too. And then for all the letters and emails that we've received as well, those will be in the packet as well. Like I said, in fairness to the commissioners to be able to adequately deal and respond to this, and for the sake of being transparent across the entire thing, in my mind's eye, this is very, very important for us to be able to do that. So what I'd like to do at this point, Leslie, did I miss anything? Nope. Okay, thank you. Just cross-checking to be sure. What I'd like to do at this point is assure you that on March 25th, we will be having another meeting to specifically address everything that we've talked about, and this way people will have adequate time to be able to digest and reasonably deal with this situation. All right. With that in mind, board members, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Anyone willing to make the motion?
Barry, Bert Johnson, I make that motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second. Okay. Let me do the roll call at this point. Bert Johnson?
Here, aye.
Aye. Thank you. Nat Lowell?
Aye.
Seth Engelboard?
May I ask a question, Mr. Chair, Mr. Acting Chair?
Let's see where the question goes. Pretty much wanting to give you all some time to deal with this, so I am. Go ahead. I just may decide that we're not going much further. Yeah.
It is a logistic question.
Yes, sir.
If we have items of discussion or clarifications related to the open meeting law letter that came from the Attorney General, will town council be available for us to discuss those?
Oh, they're most certainly going to be on our meeting on the 25th. Absolutely. There's no question about it. I would not have that meeting without them being there.
Good
Does that answer
question.
your question, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So on the roll call to adjourn.
Aye.
Okay. Let me see. Joe Topham,
Aye.
Mary Longacre,
Aye.
Wendy Hudson. You're there somewhere, Wendy.
Yes.
Pardon?
I look forward to the 25th for further discussion, and I thank the public for attending, but clearly we need more information, so aye.
Okay, thank you. Don Hill Holgate,
Aye.
Dave Iverson,
Aye.
John Trudell,
Aye.
Christina Gelamy,
Aye.
and the chair says aye. And I just want to say one thing in closing. Wendy, thank you for saying that. I appreciate the members of the public being here as well. Thank you very much, and we will look forward to seeing you all on the 25th. Pardon?
What time? 5 o'clock?
5 o'clock.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.